I think we just
You want to go for it?
kind of go for it. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Cheers. Oh yeah. Whoa.
Didn't go where you thought it was going to go, huh?
Not at all.
Afternoon, with our glasses in our hands, the hops and barley bloom in a land of craft and cans. Every sip, a story shared. Review and taste we dare with our Sunday sips. Sunday sips. Every for a trip.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sunday Sips edition of the Tales, Ales, and Trails podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Lucas. That's your other host,
Nick Woodard.
Nick J. Woodard in the flesh. We are coming at you back in the backyard.
Back in the backyard.
Not from our Cheers studio. It's just one of those things. We'll record there again. Just scheduling conflicts just came up. And honestly, it's a nice summer, or almost summer.
I was going to say, I'm not going to lie to you. It feels good to be back.
It does.
Back in the backyard on a day like this. Nice and sunny outside.
What's
going to have some nice, delicious beers.
It's afternoon.
Yeah.
It feels really nice. I think the high today was 95.
Something like that.
96.
Yeah.
But it's a little cooled off.
It's cooled off a little bit.
Yeah. And it feels good. We're in the shade.
Yeah.
So.
Can't complain.
Yeah. I mean, Cheers is a nice studio, and it's nice to have that ambiance around you. But, every now and then life happens.
Right.
So
and this is not a bad second environment to be in if we have
not
to
at
be
all.
here. Yeah.
Not at all. Today, what are we doing? We're doing a non-local brew. It's something a little out of the way, but for you, I feel like it's like local, non-local, just because of where you get it.
Sure.
Kind of.
Yeah.
If you're in the North State, or if you have a certain store we'll get to later near you, you can pick it up.
Right. Super accessible.
I feel like that's kind of a brilliant design about it, is if you have this store close to you, you can find it.
You can get this beer for sure.
And it's one of those things on our podcast that we like to do, is make beers like that we review super accessible to you guys. We don't like to do we want to do the special beer.
There's a reason that we haven't done an Alpha Hop Society beer from Sierra Nevada on this podcast, because you cannot get that anywhere.
We can talk about it all day and how good it is.
Yeah, no one's ever going to be able to actually go and taste it based on what we talk about.
And we don't want to tease you.
Right.
And that's the thing. We want you guys to be able to get what we're reviewing and make your own, judgment on it.
Yeah.
But without further ado, we're doing a Josephsbrau Grapefruit Radler, and you can only get this specific beer at Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
So if you guys do have a TJ's near you, go ahead and go look for it. It's probably on the shelves. Go
there.
I forgot.
Go to Trader Joe's in general. I mean, the stuff they've got there is just fantastic. I was never a Trader Joe's guy until we moved back to Chico about 3-4 years ago now, and I swear by it. Like, the stuff you can find, it just feels, it's fun going to the grocery store when you're going to Trader Joe's.
I feel like Trader Joe's has a lot of those. We're not here to review a store, but we'll talk about it for a second.
Of course.
I feel like Trader Joe's has a lot of those, just if you're in a quick bind, like just ready to cook meals that are not Winco meals.
Right.
They're very decent, good.
For being frozen, ready to go meals, they taste way better than frozen, ready to go meals should ever be able to taste.
Right. Obviously, fresh is better, but as far as frozen meals go, pretty good.
Pretty goddamn solid.
These guys go on trips all the time, and I house sit for them, and they stock the freezer full of meals, and they are fire. They're honestly some of the best meals you can get.
Yeah.
But Trader Joe's has a very decent beer selection, wine selection, if you ever go there. So Nick went there, and he was talking to me about this beer. I forgot you said it was only 3.5%.
Yep. Yep.
So honestly, with something low of an ABV, I'm expecting more flavor to be like, like forefront in anything. So first off, I think before you get started, I think the can is super cool. It's got the little wheat stalks and the grapefruit slices and the bike in the center.
It's got a real Trader Joe's vibe to it.
It really does.
Can art wise. To shine a little light on why I picked this beer in particular, and to be quite honest, a bunch of the non-local beers that we review week to week come from Trader Joe's. They just have a pretty solid selection of stuff that looks interesting that might make us want to try it. So a Radler, historically, I believe a Radler is loosely categorized as any beer that's under 4%, right? It's
okay.
Super low ABV style of beer. And it's not super popular.
Almost like a summer shandy. I feel like shandies are lower ABV.
100%. Yeah. So when I was visiting the island of St. Kitts when my wife was in veterinary school,
shout out.
There was this beer. It was called a Carib. Not a Carib, a Carib.
Carib.
And they had the regular version of Carib, and they had the Radler version.
Okay.
And the Radler version was like 3.1, 2 point. It was very low ABV. You could never get drunk off of them, but they were so.
Well, you can,
if you have enough. But the thing was, they were so tasty and so refreshing that when you've already had 5 rum punches on the beach, you could go have a couple of these and it was basically like just having a couple of waters and just mellowing out. I feel like it's as middle ground as you can get between a non-alcoholic beer and a regular beer. Because there's a little bit of ABV in there, just to keep you honest, but there's really not much. It's meant to be refreshing. It's meant to be something to just chill with.
Sure.
And it's meant to be flavorful. So.
And just a little bit of ABV, just to keep the vibe going.
Right.
So I actually looked it up when you were talking about it. Main difference between a Radler and a Shandy lies in the citrus beverage used. Shandy traditionally is mixed with lemonade, like lemon shandies and stuff. And a Radler focuses more on like citrus flavored soda or fruit juice.
Okay.
And they're both, while used interchangeably, a Shandy is specifically made with lemonade. Radler just kind of branches off to other citrus.
Sure.
And they're both generally low ABVs and considered sippers.
Okay.
So, which is exactly what you were talking about. I think, so Trader Joe's has a little segment on this specific drink. So it says on the TJ's website, it says, if you'll forgive us a little outdated lingo, there's a reason you can't spell Radler without R-A-D. Rad, baby. And our summer seasonal Josephsbrau Grapefruit Radler is a prime example, made with a mix of hazy golden Bavarian-style Hefeweizen and tangy sweet and sour grapefruit soda. The experts at Josephsbrau very well may have made the most refreshing beer we have ever offered. Each sip starts with the aromas of citrus zest and banana bread. Ooh. Hits the tongue with a juicy flavor and plush mouthfeel, and finishes crisp and clean with a light 3.5 ABV. Served nice and chilled, preferably by poolside or a sun-soaked campsite, Josephsbrau Grapefruit Radler is just as great on its own as it is with a burger and sweet potato fries. Ooh. It's intentionally made not too sweet, nor sour, nor weedy, to maximize drinkability. I love that.
Speaking of maximizing drinkability, I think we
get
to drinking these bad boys.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. I'm excited for it based on that description.
So my only caution for you is I don't know how you feel about grapefruit.
So, as many of our viewers know, got a little warm.
It's fine.
As many of our viewers know, I'm not a sour guy. It said specifically not too sour, not too sweet. One of the sours we tasted that I thought I was going to be completely averse to, the Secret Trail one, I was a little more akin to. I think, and I remember specifically The first time I ever had that, I was completely turned off. And then when we reviewed it, I was a little more accepting of it.
Sure.
And I think that's just because my palate has changed
Right.
as we've gone on. And I think I remember the first time I had it, we had just gone to Secret Trail.
Right.
And I tried it, and I was definitely not into it. So I think my palate has opened up a little more, but I guess we'll see. First off, the smell, super weedy, super grapefruity.
Mm-hmm.
I can smell the sour notes.
Yeah.
It honestly smells really weedy as I get into it. But I mean, I think we just...
You want to just go for it?
Kind of go for it, yeah. I'm excited for it. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
Didn't go where you thought it was going to go, huh?
Not at all. That took a left turn, and I don't really know how I feel about it. First off, it smells more weedy than it is. I can smell complete wheat coming off of it with the grapefruit, but the taste...
You lose that wheat, for sure.
But it has the wheat, and it has the grapefruit, and it has the sweet, and then it has something else. Almost has like a little funk to it. I think it's the hazy quality of it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little unfiltered. Let me take like a good swig. I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Number one, before we get into anything, the 3.5 stands out. There's zero, does not taste like alcohol.
No.
Period.
This is like a nice summery, I don't want to say lemonade because that's a shandy.
Shandy.
But it's like a fruit drink.
Yeah.
Fruit juice.
I feel like you can say shandy or Radler.
Sure, they're kind of interchangeable.
I feel like if I was, like it said in the description, if I was in the sun somewhere, this would be a lot, and it was a little colder. I feel like we lost a little cold, but I feel like I would like it a little more.
Yeah,
it's definitely I can get notes of this being very refreshing.
Yeah,
very refreshing, especially if you're like I said, poolside or in the river or something like that. Honestly, it's not the feel. It definitely does have that plushy mouthfeel. It's very full-bodied, and I think that again has to do with the unfiltered, ness of it, like the flavor. But the flavor just kind of pulls me in too many directions for me to like pinpoint anything really good about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it takes me one way, I'm like, ooh, then it goes, and then ooh, and then and then ooh, and then just kind of loses me on the back end.
I mean, I completely sympathize with what you're saying, and honestly, I agree.
Again, I don't hate it.
It's an interesting.
If I hated it, I would stop drinking.
I think if this was not a beer, like if this was not characterized as a beer, I'd have different opinions on it.
Sure.
If they're like, hey, you want some, whatever, pog juice, and it was some kind of fruity beverage and it was like this, and I drank it, but yeah, no, that's refreshing, especially over some ice. Make sure it's cold.
You know what it is? Since you're done with that mouthful, it's not as carbonated as I want it to be.
Yeah, maybe.
It's very flat.
Yeah.
And that, honestly, might be our fault, but we pulled these right out of the fridge.
Yeah, and this is best before 2026, so these should be okay.
Maybe just the way it's brewed. I mean, I don't want to put it on the brewing process or the company. Maybe just the way it sits, it loses the carbonation very fast. But I just took a solid swig because I had a hunch, and there was like almost zero carbonation. It's like juice, right?
It does. It's very reminiscent of juice.
Yeah.
It's weird because I pretty much love anything that Trader Joe's slaps its brand on.
Sure.
Like, it doesn't really matter. They've I've had their rum. I've had their tequila. I've had
dude, their spirits are
all
very
kinds
good.
of different spirits and
Spirits are very
different
good.
things that they make for themselves, and they've all been pretty solid.
Excuse me.
I don't, like you said, I don't hate this. I would probably give this to, I don't know, my mom if it's hot outside and she just wants something that's like a little bit reminiscent of what a beer could be, but mostly fruity and light.
Someone that doesn't like beer, honestly.
That being
For
said,
real.
my mother does drink stouts and double IPAs and all that kind of stuff,
Sure.
so she may not even like this at all.
But
Sorry,
we have
Mom.
friends. We have friends that don't like the bitter stuff.
Sure.
I feel like those people would love summer shandies. I feel like they would honestly get down with this.
Yeah.
It's definitely got, you know what it is? The sweetness isn't bad. The grapefruit flavor is prominent. I like it. The wheat flavor is prominent, and both of those aren't too much, just the way it's said. But they kind of feel really like almost like sticky, like very like syrupy. It's got like a syrupy flavor.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I don't know if that's because
I'm getting what you put down.
I don't know if that's because of the non-carbonation and it feels more syrupy, but it definitely has that really like thick flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. In color, you know what it kind of reminds me of color-wise? And you're gonna know it. It's gonna click as soon as I say it. A Killer Bee.
100%.
And the Killer Bee's got that syrupiness to it too.
100%. Why don't you give a little background on that?
Well, okay, so
Just a small.
of course,
small
real
black.
quick. Killer Bee, made exclusively on the island of Nevis at a bar called Sunshines. It's the sister island to St. Kitts.
Shout out Sunshines.
Shout out Sunshines. They won't tell you what's in it. They won't give out the official recipe. They will just say, in all honesty, they will say, don't have more than 2 on an empty stomach.
Really
because they are
heavy.
strong, and they are extraordinary, to put it that way. We've made our own bootleg version of Killer Bees.
We've got very, very close.
We've gotten to a science
Very
with
close.
it, and it looks like this. And when you said syrupy, that's what kind of made me think of it.
Because the
we
Killer Bees
literally put honey in Killer Bees, and it gets a little bit more of a thickness to it. And that's kind of what I'm getting here.
Do you guys not put simple syrup too? Also
No
in
simple
it?
syrup
No,
in the Killer
it's the
Bees,
honey.
but
The honey
it's the
also
honey.
acts as a simple syrup. So simple syrup in cocktails act as a binder, add sugar. Very key to a lot of cocktails. Honey almost is simple syrup is very much similar to honey.
Yeah.
Honey just has this particular honey taste.
Sure.
Both syrupy. You instantly said it, and you said I would know it. It does feel like that. Kind of.
It looks like it. Definitely isn't.
Kind of. Well, the mouth feels the same.
Sure.
Almost. Kind of in a bad way to me.
Yeah.
The Killer Bee, it's heavier. This is actually if we were going to see something positive, this is lighter than something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Killer Bees, they say you can't have more than 2 because they're very strong.
That's the real deal.
You can have multiple of these and it's fine. Again, to say more positive things about it, I think it is very refreshing, and it can be. If I were to say one thing I would add to it, I just want more carbonation. You know, I'm
Sure.
a slut for the carbonation.
You do
I
love low
it.
carb.
I want it. I want to be burping. I want to be.
I want to be burping.
I want to be burping. I want that in my drink, especially if it's like a beer or something like that.
Yeah.
Again, the flavors just kind of pull me separate ways too much.
Yeah.
For me to lock down anything really where I'm like, oh, that's
Right.
super good.
Now, this is maybe the second summer beer we've had this year, second true summer beer we've had on the podcast.
Sure.
We had the Farmer's Summer Kickback.
Kickback.
I was about to say the Farmer's Summer Little Thing. That's
Mix and match.
yeah,
dog.
my goodness. Definitely not even close to being in the same stratosphere as Summer Kickback. Like, Summer Kickback's a classic, fantastic summer beer.
Mm-hmm.
This is refreshing, but it's not hitting the mark.
Kickback has the carbonation. and I feel like it's closer with the lemon flavor to a shandy.
Yes.
And then it gives you that kick back with the I think it's 5%, right?
Yeah, 5.1,
ABV,
something like that.
5.1. So it gives you that little oomph to that summer shandy feel.
Right.
Summer shandy feel that you kind of look for, especially when you're looking for like a refreshing drink like this. I would classically, if I were looking for a refreshing beverage when we're doing activities like that, I'd kind of more steer to, you know me, like a Mexican lager.
Let me ask you this.
Summer kickback.
What are you going to be drinking in Tahoe this weekend?
So, inside access. We're going to Tahoe this weekend. That's the inside scoop.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I was impressed by your rendition of that.
I watch the news. So, I mean, I'll drink. Honestly, you know me. I'll drink anything and anything.
All right. So, let's say we're going down to the beach. Let's say we're being very responsible and
we're not drinking heavy.
We're not drinking that, and we're also not bringing cans. We have to pour something into a thermos or a jug or something that's not going to be left out and trashed on the beach. Mm-hmm. We're at the house. We're about to leave. What are you pouring in your thermos?
Immediately, it's going to be a Mexican lager, and I know we're gonna be down there for a little bit.
Sure.
But I'm gonna sip on that Mexican lager, chill on the carbonation, and then I'm gonna have my sights set on someone else that has brought something else that doesn't want to finish it because I know our friend group.
Right.
And I mean, but probably something like that, or if you're talking like a mixed drink, probably like a vodka lemonade type deal. Sure. Something like that that really lasts. Mm-hmm. That I can take like...
I got you.
Excuse me. So, okay. So it has something. But something that will last longer than the Mexican lager that I'm going to want to chug. Ooh, excuse me again.
Bless you.
Versus, like a vodka lemonade that I can just like take a good sip on and be like, ooh, I'm good.
Right.
So honestly, probably like something like that.
Okay.
Lighter alcohol, like vodka or tequila, and then some sort of fruit juice like lemonade or pog juice. Okay. Whatever.
I gotcha.
If we have killer bees, bring it on. But we don't.
As soon as I mentioned killer bees in this, I'm like, we should make killer bees this weekend. Okay.
One more thing about this specific thing. So Trader Joe's, we have not talked about the brewery, which usually we do. So we discovered upon Nick bringing this up to me that we're going to do this certain beer, is that Josephsbrau is not a real brewery. You can see it on the can. It says Josephsbrau. It says San Jose, California. I'm assuming that's the distribution center. So I did a little deep dive. Trader Joe's does this thing where they contract out to other bigger breweries, and they have them in the contract make specific beers and brews for Trader Joe's only under pseudonyms like Josephsbrau. So if you see any other, Josephsbrau is just one of them. I think I saw 4 of them, 4 different ones at Trader Joe's. They are not real breweries. They're probably distribution centers.
Right.
They're made by a brewery that's a bigger name.
Sure.
That will not sell to anyone but Trader Joe's. So this particular beer, Radler, can only be bought at Trader Joe's. If you don't have a TJ's, unfortunately, you can't get it.
Or fortunately, depending on how you feel about it.
Or fortunately, yeah. I still push you to try it out. Try it out. Because it is, I can see it being something that someone other than me would like.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't think contracting out licenses like that or pseudonyms like that for breweries is a bad thing. I just think it's an avenue.
Yeah.
I don't see it as, like I said to you before the podcast, before we started, I don't see it as a plus or minus.
Right. It just
definitely not a plus because you want something a little genuine.
Right.
But it's also not a minus because you get something new.
Right.
You get something new, and you
Right.
can pick it up only at a certain spot. It feels a little exclusive.
Sure.
It's kind of cool. If you like it, it's kind of cool.
Right.
So do you want to rate it?
I think we rate it. I think we've talked a lot about the qualities of it, or in certain cases, lack thereof. So I think nothing left to do but score this bad boy.
You go first.
Ooh. I picked it because I love a Radler, and I was really...
It's getting worse.
When I grabbed it, I was thinking about that Radler from St. Kitts.
Sure.
Anyone who's been to St. Kitts, if the dudes are watching, they know that those Radlers were so good on a hot beach after you've had about 3-4
bee stings.
Killer bees.
Killer bees.
They were super refreshing. They were perfect for pacing, if you will, to bring that phrase back into the fold.
P4P.
This is not that.
Well, this is perfect for pacing.
It is perfect for pacing, but it is not that Radler that I've had in the past that was super tasty, super refreshing, all that stuff. It's just a step or two below that. I don't think it's terrible. I think if you're really after something light, and you're okay with more of a grapefruit forward flavor, this is not a bad option. But for me, it's a 5.25.
Wow.
And that's low for me. I don't know if I've given a beer a score in the 5s in the history of this podcast, but it's a 5.25.
Yeah. I was going to ask you before I score this, do you remember the Triple Berry Bomb score that I gave?
I do.
What is it?
Do you want me to
say it?
It was a 5.25.
Really? Oh, I did give it above a 5.
Yep. You did. Because
I surprised you.
You gave it a 5, and then I kind of sort of talked you into a 5.25.
That's right. Because it was above something where I was like, you know what? I'm not. I could really go for it sometimes.
Right.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's a 2.5 for me.
Ooh.
I really don't like it. I mean, I'm drinking it. I'm gonna finish it with you. It's more not about the flavor. It's more about the carbonation. It's really like when you were giving your score, I took another sip and it's just super flat, just syrupy. Really just feels sticky in my mouth.
Yeah.
I don't like it. The sweetness almost gives me almost like how like stevia or like a substitute feels. Gives me that kind of flavor, and then like a very I don't know, almost like overripe grapefruit, like something that's like sickly sweet.
Sure.
Gives me that. So it's got to be a 2.5 for me. I don't recommend it. If you want to go try it, please do. Prove me wrong. Tell me how it is in the comments. You tell me that I am completely wrong. I still can see it in the right hand with the right person being a refreshing beverage, like in the sun.
Sure.
Especially if it's ice cold. It's got to be ice cold.
Right.
But for me, unfortunately, it's going to be a 2.5. We're going to review more Trader Joe's like beers and stuff.
Of course.
And I can see those going a completely different way.
Of course.
Unfortunately, it's going to sit very low. I think that's the lowest I
think so too.
Both of us.
I think so too. I think these are all-time lows.
Yeah.
So let's finish this and let's be done with this guy.
Let's be done with it. Oh yeah, it's worse at the bottom.
Yeah.
Again, I think I just said it when I reviewed it, and I didn't say it the rest of the podcast. Sickly sweet, almost like it's overripe.
Yep, I would agree.
Like
with that.
a banana that's a little too brown,
too much,
like that. Just really like heavy sweetness.
Ugh.
Again, comment, find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Technically X. We're on X.
Okay.
Twitter.
Yeah, we're on X. But, again, if you like it, tell me I'm wrong. Please, down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, and we'll be back next episode with an exciting new venture for you.
All right. Cheers.
Take care.
From citrus to dark night, we unravel flavors lore. Mosaic dreams take flight of IPAs and we adore. Raise a toast to what's new here in the world of craft beer with Sunday Sips. Sunday Sips. Every pour a trip with our Sunday Sips. Each note we hear as we sip and cheer, craft beer's near, Sunday's treasures clear with our Sunday Sips. Sunday Sips. Every pour a trip with a Sunday.